Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, and Sword Satellite is live. That's right, we finally have it. Honestly, I'm shocked. Totally shocked. Honestly, I didn't think that it was going to go live when it was supposed to because there was like nothing in preview. And we don't actually now we can probably put everything together and figure out exactly how many before we get into the floors themselves, what the details of the milestones are so that we can actually take a look at some of this stuff because we didn't know any of this beforehand, which was just absolutely crazy. So I want to go over this. I also want to add the numbers once I add them all up together into the event math, so I can do that. Total ore fragments for sort. So we don't know that yet. I'm going to add this up here live on the video. So basically, I think let's go all the way to the bottom actually. So milestone 21, 100 million points. Now, how many floors? I'm assuming that's like the final floor at floor 50. But there is going to be milestones all the way for red gear from 14 onwards. So that's interesting. I don't know what floor that is though, because I haven't calculated that up yet. So my bad. But it does seem that the orb fragments do go all the way to floor 20. Sorry, milestone 20, which is pretty high up there. So whether or not that's obtainable, it's probably not obtainable for most people, but I would actually probably need to add that up and see which one that is for each floor. And I probably should do that. So let's take a look at the milestones from the beginning. Take a look at what they have to offer. There's some diamond orbs pretty early on, actually. So I'll break that down as well. There's one full diamond orb here at milestone 3. We have the orb fragments. Actually, you know what? There's some red gear orbs very early on. I'm actually really surprised about this. Milestone 6, we have some more orb fragments for the event, and then we have some more diamond, lots of diamond orbs. I'm gonna have to break this down actually in terms of like what floor each milestone is. I think that'd be important information. So there's a lot of goodies in here if you're able to complete it. Now, if you watched my previous video, however, you'll know that you'll need 5 stars or better on your characters in order to actually play in this game mode, which is kind of favoring more endgame players rather than new players. So that is something. The rankings, we do have diamonds for Captain America and Iron Patriot up to top 10,000. That's quite a bit. So that would be a lot of players, actually, in fact. So I was able to get this last time. I don't remember. I think it was 1,000 to 5,000 the last run, but that was like diamonds for Nakia and Black Panther. I think I got 2 of both, actually. So I think I might be able to manage somewhere in here, which is not bad. There's some Armory 19 ore fragments and some decent amount of gold, actually. So this is actually valued quite a bit. The 1 to 5%, you know, if you're not able to get there, frankly, you know, the top 10,000 probably represents a good 1 to 4%. Just keep in mind that you don't actually rank on the leaderboard until you clear floor 10. It says down here, reach 125 points, which is actually floor 10, as far as I'm aware. So the amount of people that are actually ranking in Sword Satellite isn't going to be as much as you might think. That's not going to be the typical 3,000 per 1% from other leaderboard events. So keep that in mind. So very quickly, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to break down some of this into my events table and give you an idea of what kind of resources that you're going to be getting at various kind of scenario milestones. Okay, and so we're back. I did some math here, and this is basically as follows with the tower. Now, I also want to say that I didn't catch this in the first part, but apparently the tower only goes up to floor 40, even though we were supposed to get 10 additional floors. There's nothing there. However, you can still clear the milestones with only getting to floor 40. So I guess that's the good thing, and why I've been looking for the JSON files for this tower for like since Friday, and there was nothing. And that explains why. Because they didn't fucking fix this. They didn't do what they said they were going to do. Unless it hasn't updated and I'm looking at the wrong thing, I will update my game and reset this in a minute here. But I want to share with you this math update. Is that basically, you know, every 5 floors starting at floor 10, you're going to get a different amount of orb fragments, and that's going to kind of gauge, you know, how well you're going to do in this event, the week-long event overall. So milestone 4 at floor 10 will give you only 1,000 orb fragments. 15 will give you 2,000 orb fragments. Floor 20, 3,000 orb fragments. 25, 4,000 orb fragments. Again, not a whole lot here. Floor 30, 6,000, and then it jumps dramatically. because at floor 35 cleared, you do get to milestone 18, and that's 14,000 orb fragments. And then if you clear the entire tower, or at least the floor 40, I don't know, maybe the 10 bonus levels show up at the end. I have no idea. Then 18,000 orb fragments. For the purposes of this video, I am going to add in the floor 21 because I know a lot of veteran players are going to get more than this, but realistically for like noobs and some mid gamers, this is a tough tower. And so I'm going to add in 3,000 orb fragments here and add the total, which is from the free claim as well. We've also added that in 91,500 points. Okay, there is no, as far as I'm aware, yeah, we saw the leaderboard. There is no orb fragments in the leaderboard, which means all of the available information that we know, the free claims, you get 3,500. That's 500 orb fragments daily. 34,000 from the, there's a login calendar, by the way, in case you haven't seen it. Hopefully you do end up getting it soon, but it's supposed to last for a week. So that goes towards the mapping the wilderness event. That's worth 34,000 points, 30,000 direct milestone points, and 2,000 orb fragments. And then there's going to be the web milestone course, worth 46,000 points, 5,000 points from raiding with Alpha Flight once, and then adding in the 3,000 orb fragments from Sword. That gives you 91,500. And it actually is shy of getting all of the lab supplies currency that you need for the month long if you only clear floor 20. So you're missing 2,500 actually, in fact. So you would have to clear floor 30 in order to get the remaining amount of orb fragments that you... Actually, no, sorry, it's times by 2, I forgot. So I should have... In fact, I should have added 6,000. So you know what? No, floor 20... My bad. My bad. My bad, everyone. Times 2, right? That's what I should have done. Because it doubles for the points. I did it for everything else. So false alarm. Sorry, false alarm. So you will get all of the lab supplies if you clear floor 20 on the tower. Now let's take a look. For those of you who don't know what the floors consist of, I will do a quick run through. But basically, if you're looking to clear this event, you need to do floor 20, right? Which is like 1.8 million. So that's a lot. Now they're relatively easy to clear. You know, my alt account could probably clear floor 20 with my Extreme X-Men, honestly, because I can probably use that. But whether or not I have enough teams to climb that fast in 5 days, I think it is, that's what I'm not sure about. So it does scale up pretty rapidly, especially post level floor 10. That's where you see sort of rapid scaling beyond 1 million. And how fast you're going to be able to clear that is going to depend on how many teams that you have at a higher level, power level past floor, 5-star characters. So if you haven't checked out my previous video that I released this morning about safe squads, I would check that out. Before we end the video, I am, however, it lasts for 7 days, which is great because, you know, I guess the last time I think it was only 5 days, maybe. I'm going to do one last thing, and that's I'm going to reset this and see if they added the other 10 floors. All right, we're back for one last check at the tower. How embarrassing is this going to be? It looks like it's not. Okay, so I reset the game. It's not fixed. Summer of Blunders 2.0. This is so embarrassing for them. Like, the game has been absolute garbage and shit over the last month and a half since, like, Old Man Logan. And I gotta say, they gotta get their act together, because there was messaging saying that there was gonna be 10 extra floors and blah, 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 blah. And they're gonna have to basically update the entire tower or wipe it or something. And so I really hope that they let people keep their progress or whatever, claim their milestones that they're gonna get from today. So my ending here is gonna be do your stuff now, claim your milestones. So in case they bring the tower down at all, you've already been able to claim some stuff. And I'm going to get to this as soon as I release this video. So unfortunately, I'm not going to bother doing my gameplay of the first 40 floors. It's been done by other people, so I'm not going to really repeat that here. But I did want to kind of have this in case it gets brought back again. And so I can have a video. When the other Sword Satellites came around, I never seemed to be around. Apparently, I did not do a video on 3 months ago. And then the first time Sword Satellite came, I was on holidays, actually, in November. So I don't actually have a Sword Satellite video. And this is what this is going to be. It's going to be a showcase of Scopely and Boundless's incompetence to do something that they said they were going to do. But anyways, that's it for now, everyone. And enjoy your Sword Satellite with the fireworks. Poo, 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 because they effed up again. All right, Boilon signing out.